Saturday. I am almost a whole day old now. I arrived yesterday. That is as it seems to me, and it must be so, for if there was a day before yesterday, I was not there when it happened, or I should remember it. Very well, I will be very watchful now, and if any day before yesterday's happen, I will make a note of it. It will be best to start right and not let the record get confused, for some instincts tell me that these details are going to be important to the historian someday. For I feel like an experiment. I feel exactly like an experiment. It would be impossible for a person to feel more like an experiment than I do, and so I'm coming to feel convinced that it is what I am, an experiment. Just an experiment and nothing more. Everything looks better than it did yesterday. In the rush of finishing up yesterday, the mountains were left in a ragged condition, and some of the plains were so cluttered with rubbish and remnants that the aspects were quite distressing. Noble and beautiful works of art should not be subjected to haste, and this majestic new world is indeed a most noble and beautiful work, and certainly marvelous, near to being perfect, notwithstanding the shortness of time. There are too many stars in some places and not enough in others, but that can be remedied presently, no doubt. The moon got loose last night and slid down and fell out of the scheme. A very great loss. It breaks my heart to think of it. There isn't another thing among the ornaments and decorations that is comparable to it for beauty and finish. It should have been fastened better, if we can only get it back again, but of course there is no telling where it went to. And besides, whoever gets it will hide it. I know it because I would do it myself. I believe I can be honest in all other matters, but I already begin to realize that the core and center of my nature is love of the beautiful, a passion for the beautiful, and that it would not be safe to trust me with a moon that belonged to another person, and that person didn't know I had it. I could give up a moon that I found in the daytime because I should be afraid someone was looking. But if I found it in the dark, I am sure I should find some kind of an excuse for not saying anything about it. For I do love moons. They are so pretty and so romantic. I wish we had 5 or 6. I would never go to bed. I should never get tired of lying on the moss bank and looking up at them. Stars are good too. I wish I could get some to put in my hair, but I suppose I never can. You would be surprised to find how far off they are, for they do not look it. When they first showed last night, I tried to knock some down with a pole, but it didn't reach, which astonished me. Then I tried clouds till I was all tired out, but I never got one. It was because I am left-handed and cannot throw good. I couldn't get back home, it was too far and turning cold, but I found some tigers and nestled in among them, which was most adorably comfortable, and their breath was sweet and pleasant, because they live on strawberries. I had never seen a tiger before, but I knew them in a minute by the stripes. If I could have one of those skins, it would make a lovely gown. I followed the other experiment around yesterday afternoon at a distance to see what it might be for, if I could, but I was not able to make out. I think it is a man. I had never seen a man, but it looked like one, and I feel sure that that is what it is. I realize that I feel more curiosity about it than any of the other reptiles. If it is a reptile, and I suppose it is, for it has fuzzy hair and blue eyes and looks like a reptile. It has no hips, it tapers like a carrot. When it stands, it spreads itself apart like a derrick. So, I think it is a reptile, though it may be architecture. I was afraid of it at first and started to run every time it turned around, for I thought it was going to chase me. But by and by I found it was only trying to get away. So after that I was not timid anymore, but tracked it along several hours about 20 yards behind, which made it nervous and unhappy. At last, it was a good deal worried and climbed a tree. I waited a good while, then gave it up and went home.